Hi, I'm Kat from Bear Learn, and in this video we are tackling a tricky theme. And though tricky, and that might make us feel a little bit uncomfortable, it's not something that we shy away from. Let's talk about racism. Christine Piper's After Darkness pretty bluntly introduces the theme through this quote right at the very start. It goes, "Bloody Japs," she said, shaking her fist. Who says it? An anonymous Australian lady standing on a train platform that's outside of a train that Ibaraki is on. The train is taking Ibaraki to Loveday, an internment camp for Japanese foreigners in South Australia. Note that the lady is not by herself. She's got a young child about 3 years old with her. I'll comment more on that in a little bit. This quote appears on page 3 and obviously touches on the theme of racism, but also nationalism, which is often used to justify racism, as well as conflict and war. To appreciate the implications of this quote, we need to think about the time during which this incident takes place, which Piper tells us is 1942. So World War II is happening and Australia is at war with Japan. So you can imagine the fear and anti-Japanese sentiment in communities at the time. The fact that it was a child who was only about 3 years old, whose eyes flashed at the mere sight of people who looked or were Japanese, speaks to how pervasive the anti-Japanese sentiment was at the time. This quote is included right at the start of the text, and so the encounter sets the scene for the racial conflict that is an ongoing theme throughout the whole text. And it's not just racial conflict between Anglo-Australians and Japanese foreigners, but also between the Japanese themselves, who in Loveday looked down upon and demeaned those who had mixed Japanese ancestry, such as Johnny Chang and Stan Suzuki. Piper uses a range of racist utterings to highlight the deep racial tensions between the core ethnic groups within the texts. Through these incidents, Piper seeks to highlight the cruelty that humans can show to each other without having ever personally known the other person, as a result of the fear and prejudice that so often materializes in times of war, when propaganda and nationalistic tendencies override human sensibilities. An interpretation of Piper's choice to have all racial groups engage in racist language throughout the text is to demonstrate the effects of war on the human psyche, and how difference is used as a reason for ongoing conflict and the marginalization of those who are perceived to be different. I hope you've been taking down notes into your Bear Bank. Bear Bank is free, and as you build up your quotes and notes on After Darkness, if you get an essay on, say, the theme of racism or difference, all you need to do is hit that tag and you'll have all of the relevant quotes and notes to write an evidenced essay on the theme. Bear Bank is a much more efficient way of taking notes, revising, and essay writing. If you found this video helpful, it would make my day if you can hit the thumbs up button. It helps me know that I'm on the right track with these kind of videos to help you with your work. While you're there, please subscribe to get alerts for more videos like this. And if you want more detailed analysis of this very quote, you can get it from bearlearn.com. There, you can get detailed analysis of 50 quotes from After Darkness with a quote and analysis sent to your inbox daily for 50 consecutive days. If you don't want the analysis and just want the quotes for 50 consecutive days, you can get that for free from bearlearn.com. Bear Bank is also free, just like those quotes without analysis. The idea is that you can stay in touch and immersed with After Darkness for the duration during which you're studying the book in school. That's why you're getting the emails daily for the 50 days. If you want your quotes, all your quotes and detailed analysis all at once and put into your Bear Bank, make sure to add the Put in Bear Bank option to your selection and check out. I've got a few more short videos like this for After Darkness, so please have a look at them as a means to build your study notes on After Darkness. Don't forget that the co-author of the Bear Quotes is a guest on the Teachers Talk Text podcast and talks at length about After Darkness. Tani talks at length about After Darkness, so that's another great resource to help you in your studies. Good luck with your assessments and the exam. Be educated and read.